Welcome to a filler episode of In the Library of Graphic Literature with your host, Wallace Ryan.
Hey, and of course, with Luna too. Yay! So, this is going to be oh, hang on a second, I moved one of these books over here. An interesting episode because it's a filler episode, but we're going to talk about comic strips, which have sort of all but died because of newspapers dying over the years, right?
Even the bubblegum ones have turned to shite.
Yes. But now online you do get a lot of comic strips that have sort of come alive again online. Because with the the horizontal format of the screen.
You're talking about memes?
Memes and yeah. But even comic strips in general, they fit perfectly on the screen. So they're perfect. They are perfect for memes. And they get the point across, right?
Okay, first runner-up we have Lance.
This is by this guy, Warren Tufts. And this book is out of print. It's apparently worth a nice penny.
One of a kind.
Now, what I like about
not
not this. What I like about this was the artwork more than anything else. It was. Shall I hold it up? Okay.
Might go out of focus. Don't look too
Okay.
close.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's right. Let me see. Okay, try that. I'll see. Yeah, it's still in focus.
You see it?
Yeah. Oh, perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But beautiful artwork. I loved. There's just something about it, and it was more for that than anything else that I picked this for the first of many. Next up. This is a dirty comic. This is Canon by Wallace Wood. Funny enough. And now I haven't read this, but just the artwork and all that, and it was ahead of its time because it was a strip really made for adult stuff like that. So there's lots of nudity throughout it, and it was. Plus this one, I don't know. I just like the way. The design of it and all that.
And you promised we'd open the bazooka cards.
Oh yes. Where are they to?
Well, I didn't promise.
Oh yes. Well, I did kind of promise it. Yeah. Oh, I see them. I'll get them. I will get them. Anyway, this is not a bad.
You go get them.
And you keep holding that up. Now this one, like I say, it's pretty good. It has some nice mild nudity. Oh, here we go.
Mild? That doesn't seem very mild.
It doesn't seem mild to me.
I don't think I can show it.
Well, yeah, this is kind of like a PG type of show, so.
Okay, he wouldn't let me open this last time. He's just like, oh, it's special. I have to keep it in mint condition. Everything in here is pretty much in mint condition.
True. So you did make a good point. You did change my mind.
So where are they?
Where was it? Is it in the back or? Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. So.
Okay, so just so you guys know, how it is.
This is Bazooka Joe book, and.
Like, oh, be careful with the book.
Well, hey, this is a library, I guess. Is it right?
I'll let you do it because I don't want to be responsible.
Really? Okay. Well, that way,
happens.
if something tears, we know exactly whose fault it's. Oh, not bad. There you go. Still like a little sticky bit here. Now let me see. Is it a? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what I might do. Is just. Oh yeah, let's see. These look kind of cool, actually, don't they?
Show the people.
Well, they are like kind of miniature. Okay. Now this is definitely worth seeing. Like miniature. Little cards. And I guess this is like comic strips. This will be our honorable mentions. Actually, I'm kind of glad that I opened them now because seeing them, it's just like, oh yeah, this is cool. Now I will replace them and put them back in there just for keep that sticky bit from sticking to the back. Okay. So see, folks, sometimes it pays to open that book and read it. And then find someone who can actually replace the cards without tearing the. Here we go. And where was it? Oh, there it. Just lay the pack back down onto the.
I was finished with it.
Oh, okay. Well, you can have a look at it after. It is pretty cool, actually. Okay, now on here, look at this. This is now number 8. Yeah, number 8 in our thing. This is Flash Gordon and Jungle Jim. What I like about this book is just the size of it, right? So it almost feels like you're reading an old newspaper.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Seems like something to read on a potty.
Oh yeah, it's and now these got better and better. And this was the guy. Everyone thought this guy Alex Raymond was the bee's knees. So a lot of comic book artists and all that would steal poses from him because he did some great.
It looks pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Lifelike.
Oh yeah, yeah, which was something else for people who tend to think that maybe comic strips back then weren't as sophisticated and well drawn as they were, but they were. And Alex Raymond, he was one of the best. He moved on to a strip later on. He was killed in a car crash, actually, unfortunately. But wonderful art. And this book, this is one of my favorite books for comic strips. Now, that's from the Library of American Comics, and a lot of the books that I picked are actually on that. And this is one of my favorite, Dick Tracy. I like Dick Tracy because they always had the weird villains and stuff like that, right?
Poker Puss.
Now, funny enough, the villains like Flat Top and all the classic ones, in the early strips, they'd introduce these new cool villains, but they'd kill them off, like, within a couple of weeks. So, there was a Flat Top Junior, I think it was. So, but I always loved something about Dick Tracy. I don't know, the artwork is just so bizarre in a way that I kind of like it, right? But the stories were kind of cool. And like I said, the villains, great villains. And this series has finished now after many years. As a matter of fact, I was living in New York when I first started collecting this series of books. That's how long ago it was. But anyway, top notch. Now we're into the last, I think we're into the final 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's the final 6. This is one Prince Valiant by Hal Foster, who I found out a few years ago was actually from Halifax.
I have a feeling that's one of your favorites.
It is one of my favorites. And this guy was from Halifax, turned out. I thought he was an American. But Prince Valiant is a famous American comic strip, and it was done by a Canadian. And these were only, what is it, $30 for these, which I thought for for a book with nice big pages of art like this, I thought this was worth $30. And I ended up collecting them all. And they are so worth it. Nice big pages. See that? Nice big pages. Anyway, and that series is coming close to an end. Speaking of coming close to an end, but the other way around, this is
Milton Kennedy?
Yeah.
Or by Milton.
Yeah,
Terry and the Pirates.
Yeah, Terry and the Pirates by Milton Kennedy. He was one of my favorite, and this is one of my favorite comic strips, and they've done this in, right here, right behind us there. They did it in a smaller edition, about half, see that, they're about half the size. But then they decided, this was one of their first series they ever did. But then they decided to redo them in this bigger format, which was great because the pages are really nice and vibrant, and you can fit in more. Comic strips just not, it's just too much, right? Anyway, but Terry and the Pirates, this is one of my favorites, and they're redoing these. This is one of the redone editions. Check this out. perfect background sound. And we're down to the last four, and this one, Pogo. This goes from 49 to 50.
Through the wild blue wander.
Yeah. Now this was a kind of cool comic strip. It was very political at the time, and I only understood it because I'd read this book that my friend had that explained like what a lot of the characters were about and stuff like that. But even in spite of the politics, the comic strip itself is always really cool. There was something about the Pogo the possum that was just beautifully drawn, right? And this is Jesus up to. They're up to 6, and there's soon to be another one out. But Pogo ruled. So for any of you who've never seen Pogo, that's what Pogo looks like. Worth checking out. And of course, it's now this is from Fantagraphics, and they do like Library for American Comics. They do good comic strips. Speaking of which,
and of course, you cannot forget the Peanuts.
Exactly, and the complete Peanuts from Fantagraphics was, geez, how many
there you go.
books? 25 books, because it went 50 years, two per. Now the only thing was the weekends. Look, the weekends were in black and white. In this collection, they had the weekends, but they didn't do the color. But then they did a set of just the color, like those ones there behind you there, the Peanuts. See the yellow ones? They're the weekend editions that were, but in color.
I was trying to play something that kind of sounded like.
Sounded like very Peanuts-like? Yeah. Well, it kind of works the jazzy. But I love Peanuts. Just something about...
Gazoon type.
Yes. Where are my manners? I always love Snoopy. Who doesn't, right? So, are you a big fan you like Peanuts?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, here's one you definitely, I bet you love. Is Calvin and Hobbes. Yeah! Now, some people will be saying, oh, you put Calvin and Hobbes above Peanuts. And it's like, well... It was almost more that this format was so nice. Can you look at the size of these, right? Monstrous.
Is it like half color and half black and white?
Well, it'd be the weekday strips, so there'd be six black and white, 1 color, right? So that's how these would have been published at the time, right? Sundays were color, right? And it's great because you get to read the entire. And I sat down and I read up. I did. Now these I did read. Remember I said I wish I could have read more of my library. I read the entire Calvin and Hobbes. So it was kind of cool. It was just like great strip. Now we're down to the last. Which you must be happy for.
Yes, because that game is fun.
Ah.
But very hard.
Okay. Now this is Little Nemo.
Little Nemo.
In Slumberland. Da-da-da-da, and I picked this as my number 1 just because I love the size of it, and it's an old comic strip from the 1900s.
That's adorable. It's just an amazing concept.
And the drawing. I mean, I loved it. Every episode was just something wild and unexplained. I mean, just doing dreams from episode to episode. It was just amazing. Oh. And this also has it's the complete. So this has all the years.
I'm getting such a whap of wind in the face.
I know it is, isn't it? Now this I'm not sure if I can even hold this up to the. I guess I'll try. This is a heavy book.
If it goes out of focus, I'm blaming you.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's try there. Yeah. Okay. See that? Look at the size of that. I'm gonna walk back slowly to make sure it stays. But yeah, this is one of my favorite strips, and they're just. I mean, it's pretty. It's almost psychedelic in a way, right? The dreams, because the dreams all have really weird endings, and every strip ends with him waking up. The last panel is always him waking up, every single one of them, right?
Of course it is.
But it's cool because you get to see. I mean, this guy could draw too, right? Oh, look at this. This him in the city there. Oh, I think this is. Yeah, like these. Look. I mean, look at that. So yeah, this guy could also draw. Then he moved to another newspaper for a while, and he had to change the name to In the Land of Wonderful Dreams.
I don't know how that just made that sound, but it did.
Yeah?
I didn't make it that.
It came naturally from it.
It was just an accident.
It came from within.
Music is all around us.
Yes, you are just telling me in that, right?
Yeah.
Then back to Little Nemo there. So anyway, a great book. Very heavy though, right? It actually came, the box, it came and was actually down behind us here. Came with a box with a handle on it and everything.
You
right?
have lots of these books.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so they're pretty cool. Anyway, that's the top 10 books, comic strip books that I have in my collection. It was, like I say, it was also not only the content, but also the look of the book. I like the look of this. I mean, look, this. I mean,
It's a giant book.
it could kill someone if it fell off the shelf and hit
Very
them,
much
right?
so.
Anyway, thank you very much for having us over, and check out my COMIX Positive. I'm back to the typies. And Thursday Comics this week is, what is it, the top 10 blunders in comics.
Blunder?
Blunder? Or wonders?
Okay.
Okay, you've had enough. Okay, and I'm sure the audience has. So thanks for having us over, and we'll see you hopefully in a week's time. Hopefully there'll be some books out for a change.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll probably be busy, knowing your luck.
Well, yes. I'm trying. I'm trying to be better at my scheduling. Okay, with that, yes, please sign out there, Luna. Thanks for having us over. Bye. Oh, I can move this look here.
I'm under too much pressure, I just can't see.